Hi everyone, I'm Sabina and welcome to my channel. I hope you're still subscribed and still waiting for my videos, and I'm so sorry that it's taking me so long to make videos every time. Last time I made a video in December, I was very depressed and I had a very difficult situation in my life, but everything is much better now and I'm ready to share with you my motivation and inspiration this spring. So I've been thinking of different ways how to avoid procrastination and how to be more motivated, and I found out 8 ways on how to get more motivated and more inspired. If these tips are really helpful, or you already use them, or you have your own tips, please feel free to share in the comments. Please subscribe and let's get started. Tip number 1. It's important to clean your space. It's so much important for your concentration to see only the things that you need for your work. If there are extra things on the table, if there are cords, if there are cups, they will just distract you from your work every time, and you will not feel as much motivated as you would if you had a cleaner space. Many people who are freelancers, their desk is just their laptop, and the same applies to your desktop on your computer. If it's just so messy, if there are so many things on your desktop, so many folders, unnamed files, as a result you will see that it's been 2 hours and you still haven't written anything. The reason is that you just do not seem to focus on what you need, because there is extra ambience, because there is like information noise around you. You just look at the cup, you start thinking about the cup, you look at the cord, you start thinking about the cord. That's why it's important to clean up your space. The number of files on your desktop will overwhelm you. Please try this and let me know if your productivity increases when you clean your space. Tip number 2, write everything down. Better to break it down into smaller tasks. I know that you've heard this many times, but you don't really do this on an everyday basis, do you? I myself is a great planning lover. I have my own planner where I just write everything I got to do, and sometimes I find myself writing too many extra points, which I think they're extra, but at the end of the day I just see that they help me to go through them easier. Say if I got to do my homework, if I used to do my homework, I wouldn't just put do your homework. I would just put there, write this and that thing in your notebook, just send this and that email to your professor, just polish up this and that piece of paper, and then I would just see that by breaking them down, it would just be mentally easier for me to go through them. I would just, tick them one by one, and as I tick more things on the list, I would feel myself as a better achiever, and I will just have more powers mentally to finish up the entire list. If you just put there, do your homework, it's going to be such a big and bulky task on your list, and it will take you forever. So please write everything down, and importantly, break them into smaller pieces that are easier to digest. Tip number 3, change your atmosphere. I live in a house with 5 rooms, and there are 10 people. So I'm moving around so much, mostly because of the noise. I have to move from one room to another because one is just noisier. There are too many people talking or someone watching TV, so I have to move to another room sometimes to keep myself concentrated. But not importantly because of that. Sometimes I move around just because I'm bored of a room, just because I think that the lighting is wrong, the temperature is wrong, the sofa is wrong, the furniture is wrong, like everything seems wrong. And I keep moving and moving. And sometimes by moving like that, after traveling all 5 rooms, I will see that the task is done. So I do 20% in one room, 10 in another. Sometimes that can be a bathroom or a toilet, that's fine. But the point is that you move around as much as you need, because the change in the atmosphere will also change your focus. Of course, it's great if you have a study room, but not everyone has a study room. As I said, we're 10 people and there are 5 rooms. There is no way I have my own personal space, and there's no way I have a study room. But do not limit yourself with your house, with your flat. It's also fine to move out sometimes. I can sometimes go to a library, I can go to a cafe, I can go to a restaurant. I move to different places. It can be even a park if I'm not writing necessarily anything, if I'm just reading a book. It's just so great when you go out and in 20 minutes you finish something that you could not accomplish in 3 hours while being at home. Maybe other spaces will give you more productivity. Tip number 4, and this is something I've started doing recently, maybe in the last 2 or 3 years. Find yourself a buddy. It has so many great advantages. First of all, you yourself will get motivated while looking at your buddy who's doing his best. I'm a very competitive person as a typical Capricorn. So when I look at someone who's doing his best, who keeps on going, who never gives up, I get myself motivated so much, and I just subconsciously start competing with that person, and I'm trying to do better than him, or I'm just trying to catch up with him. The same happens the other way around. I will motivate the person, and this is mostly how it is. I motivate my partner in gym, or my partner in ballet, or my partner in somewhere else, to just continue and keep on going and keep on moving. Another way this can work is that when you're lazy and you do not get motivated at all by anyone around, your body will just kick your ass and just will make you work harder and will remind you why you all started this. The third reason why it's important is just it puts an obligation on you. When you tell someone about something you want to achieve, it will get into your obligation. It will be a must for you to finish it now. If you start losing weight and you do not tell it anyone, and then you fail it, nobody is gonna know. But then if you tell your buddy, and if you do this together, you will feel yourself obligated to finish it, because one person, at least one person on earth, will know if you fail it. So don't let this happen. Tip number 5, find your productivity time. So you know this thing then when some people are just better at night and other people are better in the morning. So some people are out, others are not. For all the time that I've been a student, I've been thinking that I'm a night owl. I would just start working right after 12. I would be so much productive, I would be so much motivated, and I'll just finish my homework so quick. but then in the afternoon it will just take me forever. It will take me so long, I wouldn't be able to concentrate and everything will distract me. I would keep on procrastinating. But then I started thinking that the main reason is not because I work better at night, but because it just gets quiet in the house. It gets quiet in my house after 12 o'clock because, as I said, there are 10 people and they finally go to bed, and I just find some time in peace when I can just work better. I figured this after I tried 5 a.m. morning routine. When I tried 5 a.m. morning routine, I realized that I'm as productive as I used to be after midnight. And again, the reason was that nobody has woken up yet. But if you give me a choice, morning or night, I will give my preference to morning. Because when you do so many things in the morning, you just feel productive and energetic and as if you achieved something already for the rest of the day, rather when you do that at night and then you go to bed. My advice for you is just to try both ways. Try waking up at 5 a.m., try starting your work after midnight and see what works. And my tip number 6 is to restrain from gadgets. It's so important. You guys don't even know how important it is to stop using gadgets so much, to stop using your laptop for fun, to stop using your phone for social media. I do not have social media accounts whatsoever, nowhere. The only thing where I appear on the internet is my YouTube channel, and as you see, I don't do this often, but many people are addicted to internet nowadays, and many people just can't imagine their lives without scrolling their phone. At least don't do this as the first thing in the morning. Do not give yourself a shot of demotivation when you open your phone and you see that the person you like or dislike is just having a better life, is traveling right now, whereas you have to do your homework. It will just demotivate you so much. Just don't do this. At least give yourself a time. Wake up. Just exercise, start doing your homework, achieve something, feel good about yourself. Then maybe open your social media and see that somebody else is doing good and you feel no worse than them. I don't mean you have to compare yourself, but unfortunately this is what many people do. It would be perfect not to use social media for comparison at all, but if you do compare and you can't stop doing this, there is no way that you cure from that. At least do that later. If you do that in the morning, you will feel like a complete loser, which is not true. Social media is always there. The scrolling is endless. It would be perfect to put away your phone for the entire time when you're working and give yourself breaks only for the meals or for exercising, for stretching, for going out. It would be much better for you. And finally, if you try all these ways and still you cannot get yourself to work, you still cannot be productive, you still procrastinate, you do not feel motivated, even after all these tips and your own tips and everything that's advised on the internet, you still don't feel good, you really do need to procrastinate. That sounds weird to you, but trust me, people procrastinate sometimes, not because they lack focus, but because they do need to rest. brain is just trying to defend itself and trying to give itself a time it needs to recover from something, from internal processes, from stress, from a lot of thinking, from lack of sleep and many other things. Educate yourself actually on procrastination, educate yourself on why people procrastinate, and maybe you will find that actually you need to procrastinate and you should not watch videos how to avoid procrastination. If that's the case for you, rest. Just try to rest. Go out and don't do your work for some time. Of course, if the deadline is not killing you, give yourself a time to rest, and maybe after a good rest, you will feel so much more powerful to finish the task just in one go. I think these are all my tips right now. I don't think I have any more to tell as of the moment, but there are certainly more if I brainstorm a little bit more. Please feel free to share your tips in the comments. It would be very interesting to read and apply. I hope this was very useful for you and helpful. I promise to make more videos. I know I promise this every time, but I'm better now. I'm much better now since December video, and I really hope that we're gonna meet more. There is so much I want to tell you. Of course, you already noticed that I've cut my hair. I mean, it was shorter actually when I just cut it. It's much longer now. It was like this short. Started ballet classes at the age of 26. I know this is very late, and many people were demotivating me not to do this at this age because there are so many other things I can do rather than stretching my very old bones. But I just decided I want to do this because it was my childhood dream, and I'm doing great at my ballet classes. So let me know if you want to know more tips on adult ballet classes as well. And just let me know any topic in the comments that you would like to hear from me. And I think that's all for now. Thank you so much, and see you very soon. Stay productive. Bye bye.